Good evening, my friends, and welcome to the next episode of URU Complete Chronicles. Last time out. Oh, and we have a first-time chatter. We have Platinum Caterpillar. Hello, also from Canada. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Last time out, we were getting the GZPMs. Great Zero Point Module locators, and we've got the final one, so we're going to go back to ReZero. We're going to plug that in, and then maybe that's the end of 2 Denis, and we're going to start Path of the Shell. Who knows? Now I'm hoping, unlike last week where we got really stuck with the whole how do I even start rhyme question, I'm kind of hoping that when we do come to Path of the Shell, it is as straightforward as open that book, start reading that book. We'll see. Okay. That is not necessarily where I intended to go, but I mean, it's not going to hurt to have a quick, just a quick refresher on the final part of the instructions. So, after we've got the 4th marker, the key's calibrated. If the Great Zero has not been turned on, it will also turn on, and then you're finished. We at the DRC hope this document has provided a better understanding of the key and Great Zero functionality. We hope you realise how vital your success is to help calibrate our Great Zero. We appreciate your support greatly. Is this too mushy? Might be a little over the top. Again, thank you for visiting the Great Zero, and we appreciate your patience and support. Excellent. Well, with that, let's go to the Nexus. Okay. ReZero. So, I mentioned last week that I'd finished recording the final episode of Another Crab's Treasure, which was, you know, it's a good final episode. So, this week I have just finished recording the first couple of episodes of Ender Magnolia, which might not be, like, of super interest to everyone here, because I know that the Metroid... looking at the YouTube statistics, right, I know that the Metroidvania crowd and the Myst crowd don't have a huge amount of overlap. Like, there is a little bit of overlap. But, yes, we are going to be starting Ender Magnolia in a couple weeks' time. We'll throw the first couple of episodes up fairly soon. And yeah, can confirm it's good. Can confirm it's good. Like, I've played like an hour and a half of it, or just short of 2 hours of it so far. And yeah, really thoroughly enjoying that. Okay. Ooh, what's it doing? Oh no, it's shooting lasers. Door gonna open. Hey, we got Dodo Sevenger in the chat. Hello. Maybe that laser is kind of going through. Dark Fae is looking forward to seeing Ender Magnolia. Fair. I'm glad. Yeah, it's really neat. It's really neat. I'm really enjoying it, at least the first couple of episodes. Anyway, it's whatever this is, it's on, and it's spinning around and doing all sorts of electricity and stuff. Hey, do you know what? It kind of looks like the big spinny thing in the middle of Firmament. Like a little bit. Okay. Aren't Metroidvanias watch less in general? I think they're much more fun to play than watch. Not for me though, I suck at them. Do we put our... Okay. So let me think. I might have to have just a little mental refresher on, like, what exactly were we trying to do again? Okay, so we've turned on the Great Zero. What does that do for us? Congratulations on turning on the Great Zero. Thank you, Dark Fae. To Dodo's point, aren't Metroidvanias watched less in general? Yes, that is true. That is true. It's probably about somewhere between like a half and a quarter, something like that. But gosh, they're fun to play, though. Haven't you done what you wanted to do? What on earth brought you back to URU? And is this in fact your favourite Myst game? That's a good question. What did bring me back to URU? What did bring me back to URU? We finished the base game, and the Bahro were free. So why did we come back to Danae? Oh, you're asking the deep questions there, Kentotic. You're asking the deep questions. There is only one answer to that question. Yes, the second favourite. I mean, maybe something's now going to be different elsewhere. Like, I'm assuming that's not just the end of 2 Denis. So this is where the MMO currently sits at, where you can do challenge runs that you complete with your friends to do collection runs, basically mini games where you collect GZMs. Oh no, there is more. Okay. This is one of the hardest aspects. Okay, well let's start by going into this room, right? Because this is like the GZM control desk or whatever, isn't it? It looks like we should be getting like a giant laser shooting out of this thing at some point, doesn't it? You know, it's kind of got giant laser vibe. Or what, I mean, I suppose, yeah, I mean, this is sort of doing a sweeping beam, isn't it? Is it even possible he'll remember what to do next? Oh, what? You mean that dialogue that we listened to like 12 months ago? Yeah, of course. Okay, hang on, wait. Let's go back. So why are we here at the Great Zero? Antechamber. You're currently standing in the Great Zero antechamber. There's the machinery right there. Right, so we got the markers. Great Zero markers. We've done it. We upgraded the key. Great Zero courtyard. You don't find any way that I would remember it or find it in my notes. Oh shoot, okay. What did I put into my notes? No, this isn't even to Denis. We didn't even really make that many notes into Denis. Big hint there. Hang on, wait. I don't see any way he'll remember it or even find it somewhere in the notes. Wait, no, probably not my notes. Maybe these notes. This is... Hang on. Number of various machines. We apologize for the great detail, but the structure and related mechanisms of the system are complicated. You're currently standing in the Great Zero antechamber. Okay. Upload 5 Great Zero markers linking to the plaza via your nexus. Great Zero markers found in numerous locations throughout the cavern are fairly easy to find by following a few steps uploaded in the system. You can already see it, that this is going to bring you onto a massive tangent. Okay. Hang on. Is it in these notes or is it in my notes? give me that. The most important calibration is it right. 4th marker, key will be calibrated. If the Great Zero has not been turned on, it will turn on. And you're finished. It's in a note. Right, okay. So it's in a note somewhere. I mean, the obvious place to start would be like Bevan and Kirel, because these are probably like the least used areas, I guess. I am kind of looking forward to... oh, hey Jeffras, incidentally. I am kind of looking forward to going to other ages again. I think that'd be nice. But then again, having said that, you know, you always miss what you didn't have, right? We spent the best part of 4 games wondering when we're going to get... when we're actually going to get to see Denis.
Hello, test, Victor, are we on? Okay, okay then. Hello everyone. Hi. Thanks to Victor, we've gotten some additional Denis technology working. It should be quite useful in sending messages here from the Dakota to the numerous neighborhoods as one more way to keep you informed of how things are progressing. Let me begin by once again welcoming newcomers to Denis. We're very pleased to have you. I know I've spoken with a few of you in person, but to those of you I haven't met yet, welcome to the restoration. The DRC and restoration engineers have been working very hard to put things in order. As you've probably noticed, various areas of the island, Agura, have been opened over the past few weeks. With quite a bit more scheduled over the next few days, weeks, and months to come. We are also working on opening up several new ages. And what we know that many of you have been given access to ages that haven't gone through any kind of process yet. And we certainly do not encourage use of any unapproved books. But let's just say that with your safety uppermost in our minds, we're pushing to approve those ages just as quickly as we can. Oh, and several of you have asked what you can do to help with the restoration effort. As you may already know, the Denis keys have the ability to determine their precise location here in the cavern as well as in other ages. Much of this functionality is governed here in the cavern by the Great Zero. Victor has recently succeeded in getting portions of the Great Zero functioning again, but he tells me it still needs to be calibrated. Mm-hmm. We'll soon begin to focus on another island area, the ferry terminal and its associated docks. We actually had some restoration engineers do some diving, and they found a sunken boat that we hope to raise at a later date. Before that, however, we will inspect the docks and approve them for public access. Now, let's see. Yes, outside the cavern, Garisen continues to progress nicely. Victor's team has recently made some discoveries that'll enable us to open up more of the interior space. The wall is what we call it. Members of our team are also working on another age that should be opened within the next few weeks. Perhaps we will post some pictures. I will end by addressing some peculiar events that have been occurring. Odd stones, books, cloths, and pages have been reported appearing from time to time.
I've listened to it like 4 times, Dodo.
Probably unsuccessfully, that you not use these oddities. The DRC will, for now, simply wash its hands of any consequence arising from their use. In other words, if you use them, you do so at your own risk. We will continue to remove these artifacts if they're found, but so far that has proved fruitless. But, well, I'm sorry to say it this way, but anyone involved in the placing of these books will be banned from the cavern. But to end,
I remember that bit.
Thanks for all the continued help to all of you and patience as Denis slowly begins to grow again.
Okay, so he mentioned the Great Zero. He mentioned the Great Zero lets you know your precise location in other ages as well. So now that we've calibrated our key... is the point that we now know our location in other ages. Does that help us in some way? We have Gage Blackwood in the YouTube chat. Hello to you. Hello to you. So, I mean, the other thing is that Bevan and Kirill were available in the base game, and so they aren't, sort of strictly speaking, to Denis ages. Let's have a little look. Yeah, okay. I thought I saw maybe something that was like a little bit different. It doesn't matter, we can get back there really, really swiftly from this book. It's like, not that one, it's that one. The note is from Rawa. Oh, hello. Wait a minute, that's... Hang on a second. No. Is that the ship he was talking about? What was that thing that just flashed up in front of me? The Luck. I'm gonna... I assume the thing's gonna spin back round and we're gonna see it. That was like a 1 in a million chance. I mean, sometimes we get lucky on the stream. Wow. Okay. I mean, it's got... It's like a portal, I guess. Are we waiting for the thing to come back round? Because the thing's spinning, right? Oh! Oh no, shoot! I fell off. Wait. Impatient. Yeah, I know. Well, the thing's supposed to spin faster. Surely. I don't know. Oh! There it is! Quick! Ugh. Ooh! It was like a path of the shell symbol, wasn't it? Oh, is this like Bahro magic? We've just linked without using a book. Okay, so we have a pedestal there. Let's... Oh no, but there's no book there, so there's nothing to stick your hand in. Okay. Get that, whatever it is. Okay. Book here. Probably about 1 in 100 million. So, we could work it out, couldn't we? We could work it out because there's like an amount of time that the thing takes to sweep, and there's effectively some sort of angular size that the portal lasts for. I don't know. Cool. Excellent. Here we go. 122603. I can't take it. After all our efforts to ensure everyone's safety down here in the cavern, yet another accident has taken the life of another friend. It's too much. For years I've been stressing that the restoration must be handled carefully, that extreme caution should be our byword. There is no reason to rush. Then recently the explorers began showing up, despite our warnings, despite our statements that we're moving and working as quickly and as safely as we can. It wasn't fast enough for them. They just don't comprehend. We've been working down here for over 10 years, yet they think they know better, that we can just approve areas more quickly. I have tried to impress upon them the importance of moving slowly, deliberately, carefully. My warnings seem to fall on deaf ears. Their enthusiasm is understandable. Their disregard for the safety of the people down here is not. Then Phil returned. He'd been gone over a year after he disappeared behind the door we were unable to open in Ida Chemo. We'd worried about him, hoping he was still okay. It was great to have him back and know he was okay, but he was just as willing to risk his safety and disregard our precautions as the explorers. Now, just a few weeks after his return, he was in an unauthorized area today and was killed when a wall collapsed on him. The accidents must be stopped. It started with Branch being killed in an accident of one of our trips in 91, then the death of Elias in 93 because his obsession with the restoration had caused him to neglect his health. Then all the needless injuries suffered by various restoration engineers over the years, and now the death of Phil. That's the final straw. It has to stop. I cannot bear the responsibility of this restoration any longer. The price is too high. I don't know where I'm going. I've been wandering the tunnels for days. No direction, no purpose. Trying to clear my head. Nothing happy about this new year. I keep running over it in my head. I've been so committed to this project for so long. Maybe I've been deluding myself about the truth. What if we've been wrong all along? What if Jeff's been right? Maybe the restoration should take a completely different direction. It's hard to imagine that I'm saying this. I'm still in denial that we've spent so many years of our lives heading in the wrong direction. But the very fact that I can entertain that as a possibility means something. The restoration cannot continue as we had planned. It breaks my heart, but I know deep down that it's true. So much time, so many plans, so much gone. So much. I still can't believe I'm even thinking this, but that's the way it has to be. Oh, have we read this previously? No. Hang on, wait. To get you up to speed, if you go to Sharper's office and read the note there, it tells you the coordinates of where you link to by total chance. I think we read that before even chat. It doesn't appear after the GZ is turned on. Oh, not this journal. Right, okay, the clue for where we go to... Right, okay, I see. I saw something weird. Here's the coordinates. I've got it. Hey, we have Larry Fontenot in the YouTube chat. Welcome, Larry. Great to have you live on the stream. The Watson notebook you're reading right now is actually a prelude to Myst 5. I'm really looking forward to Myst 5. Like, I hear it's kind of a little bit... I hear Myst 5 is definitely like the most controversial one, as in like probably the least good. But I'm really looking... I've also heard, though, it's the weirdest. And I'm really looking forward to kind of like how weird we can get it. So I'm really hyped for Myst 5 when we get there. Right. Where were we? Will the other Restoration members understand? Maybe. The Explorers won't, I'm sure. Can't be helped. The Restoration can't continue after these events. But all that work, all the progress we were making... No words to describe how angry it makes me, even while knowing inside that this is how it must be. Such a waste. No, there must be a way. Something else we can do to continue the restoration and still ensure everyone's safety. Surely now that people have seen tragedy firsthand, they'll recognise how important our caution is. Depression. It won't work. We tried that for months. Even Phil's death won't change it. I realise now that Atreus was right. He said that the city in the cavern should not be restored. I believed for years that his admonition didn't include those of us from the surface, that we could somehow be a loophole in his concerns, but he was right. I finally see that now. What do we do now? Phil said that he'd been on a journey and was convinced that there was a better way. I need to talk to Ikuro. I find myself here, in a familiar place that suddenly holds so much more meaning. Here at the very crossroads, the pivotal junction of Denis and human intertwining, this very room where Tiana once rested with her young son Gen, where Gen and his own son Atreus slept along their journey, this small room on the cusp of the grandest of rooms, a tiny resting place half the distance up or down the great shaft itself, a pause halfway between here and there. I find myself here. It's been my pause, my chance to ponder. I've been wandering for 3 weeks, grieving, thinking, fasting, reflecting, pausing. Pausing from the cares of work, of rebuilding, of rules, of structure, of people and places, of frictions and factions, of life and death. And now I realise that I have only looked on Denis as bones. My rebuilding was only an attempt to reassemble the dried dead bones into a dried dead skeleton, no more alive but arranged to poorly mimic what was once alive. I somehow thought that those dried bones would live again and become the storyteller, telling me things I long to know. I still long to know. I still feel a calling. I am meant to be part of Denis somehow. I'm drawn here because it holds an answer for me. But now I understand that I need more than a dead story from a pile of bones. I need a storyteller who lives. Brief pause. So, couple of thoughts in my mind on this one, right? So, dried bones is one of those things. You know how occasionally, like, you'll see a TikTok or you see a YouTube short which is like uncomfortable facts or facts that are like obviously true but no one really thinks about, and it kind of makes you feel uncomfortable. The one that really gets me, right? The one that really gets me is the one where it's like the bones inside your body aren't dry; they're actually wet, and I'm like, oh. Actually, that just kind of makes me feel like really gross thinking about that. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of obvious, right? But it's like, oh, I don't like thinking of my bones as being wet. It makes you itch, yeah. It's not a nice one, is it? It's not a nice one. Are they 90% water? No, I don't think they're 90% water. Larry Fontenot says, Myst 5 was cobbled together using ages that were intended to be in URU. They took the ones they'd started working on and used them for a standalone game. Hey, needs must, right? Dodo, we are all wet everywhere. Oh, keep it PG, Dodo. Keep it PG. Yeah, your toes are touching kind of feeling. Yeah. Do you know what? When I was younger, I don't mind it so much nowadays, but when I was a teenager, I had a really big thing about sleeping with my fingers touching. So I used to have to like sleep with my fingers splayed. Like it was like a really big deal that my fingers couldn't touch each other whilst I was sleeping because I could like feel them. I don't know. I read the double. I understood the implication. Anyway, the other thought I have here, talking about Metroidvanias from earlier, right? Now, one thing that we've sort of been vaguely discussing in the comment section here and there is Cyan Worlds, right? And the Cyan Worlds situation, and obviously the very regrettable news about them laying off about 12 of their team members. And, you know, what if you were the head of Cyan Worlds, what direction would you take the company, right? And let me share my thought on this one. It's out there. It's kind of a bit of a wild one, right? I think the Myst IP is really, really great. I think the Myst IP is really, really great, but I don't think very many people are that aware of it. I think you could do a lot of non-puzzle games within the Myst IP, and one that I would 100% do is a Metroidvania, effectively, with Gen trying to find his way to the Denis caverns from the surface, because there's a whole bunch of, you know, you have your kind of standard Metroidvania kind of delving deeper and deeper into the earth to try and uncover the secrets. And you could be like getting all of this tech and unlocking the doors and so on as you go. And I think that would really work, right? Now, obviously, it's a very different kind of game, and maybe Cyan Worlds, well, you know, they know puzzle games, don't they? So maybe, you know. So maybe not. Maybe it's a dumb idea. I don't know. I think it would be a cool idea, though. They have already tried this, though. Just rereading Sharper's Journal to remind myself, in the CC version of the universe, they did have the GZ going, and it just turned off when the DRC started shutting it down. You thought I'd say movie or show? No. No, I don't think a movie or a show. Like, so I spent a lot of time in the Magic the Gathering community, right? I played a lot of Magic for many years, and there was always sort of big rumblings about, like, oh yeah, you know, we should get like a movie, we should get a Netflix show, etc., etc. I don't think those ever turn out very well, to be honest. Like, I mean, Arcane is probably the exception, but like, I don't know. I would really struggle to name 5 properties that have made the jump from video game media to film or TV show and been palatable to fans of that IP. That's not to say that they were unsuccessful. Like, you can still be successful and not be palatable to the existing fans, right? But I mean, I guess it depends what your objective is. If your objective is like the success of Cyan Worlds in isolation, or is the objective to, like, you know, grow in such a way that you don't like alienate your current fan base, right? The real life Jeff Zandy was very big in Magic the Gathering. We also have James Moores in the chat. You've caught up. Welcome, welcome. Great to have you here. Cyan had multiple talks about Book of Tiana, but nothing ever came of it. They didn't want to make the games into a movie or so. Yeah, no, I mean, I would agree. I don't think it works. But I do think there is scope for other games that aren't puzzle games set within the Myst IP. I think there is potential there. Having said that, that's not the first thing I would do. The first thing I would do, if we are talking about like what would I do if I actually ran Cyan Worlds, marketing, right? Like a lot more marketing. Like I would reckon that if you're running a team of 12 people, I would probably say 3 or 4 of those people should probably be doing marketing like as their job 100% of the time. I don't know what the ratios are, but like, Cyan World's TikTok account has got like 1,500 followers, which is incredibly small. Their YouTube account's got like 18,000 subscribers, which is better, but like that's kind of like mid-sized. But like, let me put right, because I was looking at this earlier because I saw a post on Reddit actually that was asking earlier about like what should Cyan do, but like in the last year on their YouTube channel, they got 18,000 subs, right? But in the last year on their YouTube channel, they've posted something like 18 videos. So they're doing like 1.5 videos a month in a year where they released their remake of Riven, right? Because the Riven remake came out like last May, something like that. So the last 12 months includes all of the launch stuff for the Riven remake, and they've done 18 videos in the last year. So that's where I think the attention really needs to be, is like how much effort are they actually putting into advertising and marketing, We have Spiper in the chat. Warm greetings to you. Cyan was always open to movies or TV shows. It just never worked out. Yeah, fair. And Dodo says they should have gone to multiple indie shows with Riven at least, but never did, unfortunately. You are right, they are quite under the radar. Yeah. They just can't rely on the dedicated fan base and word of mouth anymore, right? You have to be putting out the short form media, particularly. You've got to be generating buzz on TikTok. Okay. Let's continue. I still long to know. I still feel a calling. I am meant to be part of Denis somehow. I am drawn here because it holds an answer for me, but now I understand that I need more than a dead story from a pile of bones. I need a storyteller who lives. And so here I am, small, on the edge of a vast unknown, this place that seems so appropriate. I've come to a conclusion. A conclusion that goes against who I was, but fills me with life and hope. I will take a leap of faith. I will take a new journey. The journey that Phil encouraged me to take for myself. A journey that is out of my control. I will jump into something and lose myself. Take a journey to places unknown, whose end is not yet written. This is how we got here, then. I will follow Yeesha's mysterious beckoning. Somehow even writing it lifts my spirit. I am returning to the surface to do just that. And you, friend, if you have not already done so, should do the same. Leap without truly understanding what lies beneath, and let a glimpse of the future rise up to meet you. I'm terrified, but also full of hope that Denis can now truly be restored, alive again. And the storyteller will be alive, and it will be me. Nice. So we got a door here, door here. Oh no, that is not a door. Oh, and that's not a door either, it's a balcony. Oh, is this the Great Shaft? Yes, right. This is the cavern, the pause. So we've got two options, right? We can head downwards, which I guess eventually takes us there. Or upwards. Should we try upwards first? Because I don't see an end. I'm also kind of tempted by the fact that he literally says, take a leap. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to go, oh no! I might be about to fall off anyway. Hang on. Okay, no, I am going to fall off anyway. I thought I was actually going to hit the floor there, like... Oh, hello! Perhaps the ending has not yet been written. The end? Question mark? The journal did tell you what to do. Okay. So that's the end of the game, I guess. What a weird conclusion. What a weird conclusion. Don't worry, you'll get a better look at this at a later date. Excellent, excellent. James Moores, you frequently left without consideration of what lies beneath, but usually not on purpose. Oh no, but usually. Sorry, not usually on purpose. Excellent. Okay, where are we now? Okay, that is 51. That's 51. Right. In the interests of posterity, if you'll indulge me for a couple of moments, because we upload these as individual episodes and we have our individual playlists, if that is the conclusion of To Denis and we're about to start Path of the Shell, let's do a quick outro and then we'll do a quick intro, and then I'm going to cut these as 2 different episodes. Okay. So, if you are watching on YouTube in the future, thank you very much for joining us for our playthrough of URU Complete Chronicles To Denis. It's been really interesting going through the various caverns and so on of Denis and seeing, Bevin, Kirill, Kavir, etc. I would say probably not the best puzzles that Cyan have ever put out there. Like, To Denis definitely has some weakness to it, but it has been nice sort of wandering around the ancient city. So that's going to wrap us up for this playlist of To Denis. Join us next time. We're going to be doing Path of the Shell. Thank you very much.